Thank you, Andy, for joining me today on this episode of Vital Stuff on this gorgeous day. I'm sure there's a lot of things you'd rather be doing, but I'm really pleased that we'll be able to do this.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with a little bit of background? Because I know you and I come from very different worlds, me from healthcare, you from the banking world. So just tell me how you, got into banking to begin with, and was that really a passion that you followed in your life?
Well, that is a long story. Excuse me. I did a degree, a Bachelor of Commerce degree, and then I took a year off after that and became a groundsman at a primary school that I used to go to when I was very young.
What's a groundsman?
A groundsman. I used to mow the lawns and...
Oh, a landscaper.
A landscaping type.
Got it.
Mowing lawns type role. Because I needed a year off after a very tough academic background, which I'm being a bit facetious there. I was a bit lazy. And I went... at the end of that year, someone said banking is taking off in New Zealand. This is 1984. And I said, I've got no interest. I'm very happy being a landscape gardener or groundsman at the school. He said, come on, it's a great opportunity. Anyway, I went along. I didn't understand a word of what they were saying. And he said, go and ask for an interview. This was in a lecture theatre. And I said, no, I'm really not interested. And he said, please go and do it. Anyway, I did. And 6 interviews later, I'm working in a bank.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, in a dealing room, and I had no idea what I was doing for a number of years.
Okay.
So that's how I got into banking. It was not a passion of mine. It was not even an interest of mine. I basically fell into banking at a time when the world was opening up globally, and investment banking and banking was starting in New Zealand.
Wow. I had no idea.
No, it's a...
So that's really interesting to learn. Since now you're a global banker on the big scene, and I have found you such an incredible resource when it comes to, for example, investments and raising money for our company, and you've just been right there, and you're all over it. So that's really interesting. But it kind of speaks to the fact of you can take your education, right, and then life experience and create something amazing in terms of a career, because you've had an amazing career.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I mean, I suppose my skill set or my little gem is people. I've always loved people. I've always been good with people. I was brought up with what I believe is very good values and how to treat people and connect with people. And I think that really helped me in good stead to become a good banker. And having an open mind to the world and seeing the world allowed me to take my banking skills to New York, London, Sydney as an adventure of life. And behind it was some jobs within banking. So that broadened out my life experience and my banking skills. So I've been very fortunate.
Well, and you've been very good at it, right? So I think you touched on a couple things that are really resonating with me, and that is about relationships and networking, particularly as you're building a business, and in your case, building many global businesses. And it's kind of how we met and started working together, which was just by chance. In a restaurant, my colleague, Michelle, is your neighbor, and just in that chance meeting, which I find life has a lot of those.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of them are great, some of them not so good.
Sure, yeah.
This one's been great. So walk me through that aspect of relationships, and what are some key things, kernels that you identify in a good relationship, good working relationship, a partnership like we were talking about earlier, like help guide me and our listeners to what are those things we can look for that are going to make a special working relationship?
I put people first amongst anything. So in my banking career, it was always the client comes first. Everything else sits behind the client. And it's the same in my life. I put people first, and everything sits behind that. So with people, it's about, I love learning from people. So I like asking questions. So I learn about them, but also learn and makes me think about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And through asking good questions and being interested, out of it comes magic. And the magic is the more questions you ask, the more you fill out the balloon, the more you understand about that person, the more they'll tell you, and then you learn a lot more about them, but also what's going on outside your world. So if you put people first and relationships first, that's how you grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I love learning and growing. And through that, you meet a lot of different people, your eyes open up to the world of what's going around you, then you have a better understanding of everything, or to a greater extent. And then you can put the pieces together, and then you can connect the dots, and you can connect things and people, which is where I come in. That's really what I do. And from that, you know, how we met at Omano Cafe in Auckland was that I met you with Michelle, and your energy was so impactful and bright that I immediately got attracted to you as a person. And then we shared this energy, and then I asked a few questions, and you told me about Silicon Valley Innovations and then Naso Cleanse. And I automatically, because I've got a very open mind, I think, I got it. And I got it because of you, your credibility, and I could see your vision. Even though I'd never really thought about the nose, and most of us haven't, but it made sense to me. And from there, we just connected, and you make things happen in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have easily just walked away from that and gone, that was a really cool moment in time with Gail. I wonder if I'll see her again, but I followed up. You followed up, because I think you're very relationship driven.
Yeah.
And from that stems opportunity. And not opportunity financial. It's about creating a relationship and creating something together. And that's how the world is. But we've lost it a bit because we're all down on the screens doing our social media, or away from actually the human touch, the human contact, feeling the vibes around people, sharing, creating, communicating. It's such an important thing to do today, which is such a simple thing to do, but we've lost the art of doing it. So I'm a big believer on that.
Wow. I really can relate to so much about what you've said, which is probably why our working relationship works so well.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know, and I think we share a lot of the what would be considered old-time values.
Yeah.
Right? Honesty, trust, relationship. It's all about that relationship. And talking to people directly, because I think there's a lot being lost in today's world.
Yeah.
And that is the energy that you feel when you're in the room with somebody.
Yeah.
And it's very important when you're trying to judge a person in terms of work, certainly, and in all aspects of life, really. You need to feel their energy and how that intertwines with yours.
Yep.
And what that value system is.
Yeah.
So really interesting and important.
Well, if you say you're going to do something, do it.
Definitely.
Always follow up.
Definitely.
You know, and I agree. I think there's some wonderful young kids out there today, extremely talented. But it's nearly a lack of resilience, or a lack of desire sometimes, or a lack of discipline to do the small things every day, and that lets us all down. And so learning to show up as best you can every day, and get out of bed, make it happen.
That's a good start.
Go to the gym, make your bed. If you say you're going to call someone at 10 o'clock, ring them at 10 o'clock. Don't just forget about it. And I think if you do those sort of things well, and you got a good attitude, you can do anything in this world, you know.
I totally agree. It's 90% of it is showing up.
Yeah.
And being reliable, dependable. It's the small stuff that really does matter.
Yeah.
You remember that book, Don't Sweat the Small
Oh,
Stuff?
yeah, very well.
I don't think you have to sweat over it. You just have to make it part of your life.
Yeah, self-discipline. And it tell you what, it gives you stature. You feel good about yourself. Even just making your bed, it's the start of the day. It doesn't have to be a massive thing that you need to achieve every day. It's just a small thing, and then you feel good about yourself, and then you can shine in front of other people and be expansive in the way you take on the world. Not hide behind things.
Yeah, and I think that also speaks to having goals and desires. I really, the more I learn about today's world, the more apprehensive I become about the generations behind us.
Yep.
Because of this human touch that's getting lost.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out ways to bring that back.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is, but it's a good thing to think about.
Well, it is. When you said that, I was thinking a number of young people, because I mentor people, and a lot of young people, which I really love, and a lot of them saying, look, I don't want to be, I'm not a salesman, or I don't know how to sell. And I say, it's never about selling. You never sell something. It's about relationships. And you build relationships through time and energy and trust. And then if you have something that is of interest to that person, they'll buy it. You just don't sell.
Totally agree.
You should be always looking to do the right thing for that person who you're talking to. And I'll have meetings with people, and I'll spend time getting to know them first before I pull out what I've got on offer. Because I'm not here, because life's become very transactional. And I've never been transactional. I've been relationship with a transaction. And I think that's the way the world's going to go back to. The last 30 or 40 years have been do the transaction, have a relationship. It's the wrong way around. And the sooner we get onto the relationship side first, truly have a relationship, it can be at different levels, that relationship. The transaction will follow for the right reasons.
I love that because for years I've had, when I was a surgeon, I had a lot of friends who were medical device reps.
Okay.
They were out there, they were salespeople, and they're bulldogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out there driving to a number.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, they all believed in the products they were selling that were improving people's lives and all of the rest of it. But at the end of the day, they had to meet their number.
Sure.
That has never driven me.
No.
And so, although many of my friends were sales reps, there was always this kind of friction or discomfort in our view of life.
Yes.
And I used to say to them, well, if you're not happy in your job, because many of them were not, right? It was all about meeting the number and they weren't really fulfilled in their jobs. I would say, get a different job.
Yeah.
And don't worry about the money, because if you do the right thing, the money will follow. And of course, they all thought I was nuts for saying that, right?
Yeah.
But it actually does happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you do the right thing by people and people in your life, relationships, I think at the end of the day, you'll be blessed in so many different ways that you don't even realize.
And it's not money.
No.
Blessing doesn't come through money. And that's why you and I get on so well, because we don't do things for money. We do things with purpose around people and creating things for people and helping others. It sounds a wee bit virtuous, but it's actually just where you come from as a person. That's how you're born. And then you're a real creator. I'm not. You're a creator of, you have a vision, you can see it a lot earlier than others, and then you think you've got this discipline and desire to go for it and stay the course, but you always come from doing the right thing first and building the strong foundations. And if there's some dollars and cents at the end of it, that's a bonus. And that's what I relate to with you. Yeah, all of that. It's not, let's go and make money.
Oh, hell no.
Because I couldn't get out of bed just to do that. It's just like, what's life all about? Just doing that? Forget it. Life's so big. There's so much to do and see. And you want to do it to help people and have a purpose in some form of how you can help them. Yours has been a lot around the medical side. Yeah. Which is huge, especially in today's environment, around health and wellness.
Fantastic. Really?
Which is fantastic. Yeah. So you're coming into your own in many ways. And I've become personally more healthier in my approach to life. So I think about what I eat and drink and put into my body, I'm much more conscious of that because I want to be vibrant and energetic.
And live a long time,
and live
like
a long
your
time.
mom.
Yeah, like mum, but also live, a full life as healthy as I can.
Yeah.
But it's more about getting out of bed and feeling great about being alive, not just, it's okay. I don't want to just feel okay. I want to feel great. And that takes, again, discipline around your health and wellness, mental and physical. So then you can give to others. If you've looked after yourself, you've got more to give. But if you don't look after yourself, then it's very hard to give anything, So
You're empty.
You're empty. Yeah,
You're
I hate
empty.
feeling empty.
And I look around, I see a lot of people who are empty.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily understand why.
Yep.
But they're filling their minds with kind of useless garbage.
Yeah.
On social media a
Yep.
lot of the time.
Yep.
And it's kind of why we decided to do this as a team.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of it all, we said we need to bring something valuable to people because people's time is really valuable. And if we're going to do this, we want them to have something to take away that they can really wrap their arms around and use in their life. I appreciate so much being able to work side by side with you because I've learned a lot, and I'm very similar to you in that regard that I like to keep learning. Every day I learn something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be about, but
Anything.
there's something.
Yeah.
Yep. And I love that about
Yeah.
life because it's never ending. It kind of keeps you going and energized. And you have to have that in life. I don't understand people who are stagnant.
Yeah, my heart goes out to them.
I agree.
Because there's so
I feel
much,
very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a poor me sort of thing, but I just feel when I see people not in a good space or shape, I do feel for them. And it's quite easy to switch it back on, but you need an awareness and an understanding, and someone to help you turn it back on so you see the joy of living again. And, just thinking about our relationship when we're walking up here to do the podcast. And, for me, in where I have the parts of my life where I've had good success has been working with someone who is compatible but has different skills and strengths to me, and I feel that with you that we have a lot of fun, and we can share things personally and at a business level, and we have different skills and strengths, but we're having fun doing it.
Absolutely,
it's creative.
It's
bloody
creative.
Good.
And we've come a long way.
Yeah.
It is amazing to look back. It's always fun to look back as you're doing a startup.
Yep.
And I'm sure this is your first experience doing anything like this.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I love it.
And, you've seen a lot of the changes as well as a lot of the challenges.
Yeah,
right?
lot of challenges.
Especially in the global economic climate that we've grown this company all during, the pandemic.
Yeah.
Which was a whole different challenge for all of us.
Yep.
But I think we're sitting in a really good position, and that's why it's exciting for us every day as we're going out now. And I'm, really super excited about this capital raise for our global launch.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah. Well, he's just saying the regulatory environment keeps changing.
Everything changes.
Social media environment keeps changing. So our timing feels good because it's changing so fast, and where we're at around the capital raise, the timing feels better than ever to be doing it now than 6 months ago or a year ago. And we've evolved so much more in the last 6 months. So the timing is really good, really exciting.
I agree. I totally agree. I feel like, when you're doing something like this, you can predict a lot of things, but you cannot control a lot of things in the world. And you have to be prepared to problem solve all the way along, every day.
Yep.
Right? Something else comes up. This morning we had an IT hack.
I know.
Who could have predicted that?
Yeah, no.
You can't.
Yeah.
But you've got to have a team of people, like you said, with different skills than yours.
Yeah.
And with the gravitas to solve those problems as they come up.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
No.
I can tell you, it's not your basic 9 to 5.
No, I think it's for about 1% of the population. I really do. I think you need the temperament and the ability to juggle so many different balls and keep your mind stable and settled to be able to deal with it, because there's so much coming at you, which you're very good at. and respecting other people who have different lives around you. You know, you're a 24/7 person, and you know the part of the team have families and kids and other things happening in their lives, and you're very respectful of them. You don't say, well, I'm doing it 24/7, you're with me. You go, look, I understand you've got a job and you've got a family, respect the family. And I admire that about you.
Oh, thank you.
Because it does fall on your shoulders.
It does.
It's
at
a
the end of the
job.
day. Yeah, at the end of the day, I like to say it's lonely at the top.
It is, yeah.
But it's lonely at the bottom,
yeah,
the middle, and the top.
Yeah. No, it is. But, you know, you thrive in that environment.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I love it, actually, because when you think back, and I look back to just having an idea and then a reality and then being able to create something from nothing and bring it to the world.
Yeah.
And I've had that experience so many times. It never gets old.
No.
It's a rush that you can't describe. It's really amazing. It's an amazing experience. I just feel like a vehicle. I don't feel like it's about me. It's just like, this is just meant to happen this way.
Yeah.
So we're all along for the ride, and it's quite a ride.
Well, I remember you mentioned you're a vehicle, because I've heard other people, not many, say, not personally to me, but through podcasts that I've seen, that they are just a vehicle for something else coming through them. And then you mentioned that to me a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, wow. Because, you know, wouldn't that be amazing to be a vehicle?
It actually feels that way.
Yeah.
It does feel that way.
Yeah.
So just to backtrack a little bit in terms of when, and I have an answer for me, but I'd love to hear your answer for you. When, obviously your time is really valuable. You're very highly skilled in the finance world and banking. And you're mentoring. You're doing a lot of things too. You have a big, beautiful family.
I do.
You know, how is it that you choose to say, okay, I'm going to jump in the pool on this one, right? Because for me, as an inventor, I get ideas all the time. And we have a process for I have a process for kind of deciding, okay, wait a minute. Now this is a good idea, right? Some of it's intuition. But how do you decide amongst all the opportunities that you have which ones to dig your teeth into?
So, for example, in the capital raising side, how do I choose someone that I would help? Is that your?
No, not necessarily. It's broader than that. It's like all these people that you meet along the way, and they're quite extraordinary people.
Yeah, I mean, I just see them as people, though.
Yeah, but they're quite extraordinary, and some are young and haven't been accomplished yet.
Yeah.
Right? But there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And there's only 7 days in a week. So you can't do all of it. Even though I sense you would love to do all of it.
Yeah.
Right? So you're very selective in those opportunities or projects that you decide to, okay, this one's for me, it feels good.
Yeah.
What are the characteristics that you use to spend your valuable time on doing a project?
Again, I suppose it comes down to the individual person I meet. That are they of good character? Really important. And I'm an old school shake your hand person. I don't, shake your hand, we've got a deal. Now, the deal's not the money. The deal's like, you're going to honour your word in what you say and
do.
That's it. No back chat, nothing. I just know that you're always going to just be, I said that, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, honesty.
Honesty, number one.
Trust.
Yeah, honesty and trust and integrity, all those words that he used but are genuine. So that's always a sniff test. And then, do you need help? And do I think I can help you? Right? I'll only give my opinion. I don't tell people what to do because it's their life, it's their business, it's their product, their belief system. I don't want to change that. But I'll share them with them my wisdom now, whether it's one of my 4 kids. I don't tell them what to do. I just share my wisdom and leave it up to them. It's their life, it's their journey. Get on with it. I'm always here for you. Same in business. If I believe I've got a good offering, like I believe Silicon Valley has through NasoCleanse, then that's backed up by a great character. For example, in you, and I think you've got a great product, I go, I want to be a part of this because it's the whole bundle. And I want to be a part of it because I think I can help.
Definitely.
And I have the energy to help.
And you already have.
I have, yeah. And then if it's a mentoring role, do I think I can help them at that? Are they open to learning and growing with me and sharing themselves with me, and I'll share myself with them? So it's pretty simple. And a lot of people are at the surface, but then they really don't want to dig deep.
Yeah.
So then we just stay friends or whatever, contacts or connections, but we just don't go there.
Yeah.
And if my kids don't call me for a month, I'm happy because I'm not clinging to people.
Because they're having a good time.
They're okay.
They're so fortunate to have a dad like that.
Yeah. Oh, well,
very fortunate.
Yeah, they're good kids.
And, I've learned through this experience the last couple months where we've been working boots on the ground together. I've learned so many really important things.
Yeah.
First of all, we kind of carve out these small tests with the other suppliers or contractors that we're working with, and we say, hey, here's a small project. Let's try it.
Yes.
Right? As opposed to, sign up for the whole thing. We're in for, $1 million on a marketing budget or whatever that is. Instead of making the big commitment all up front, let's see how it goes on this project.
Yeah.
And then we can reconvene and assess and analyze, okay, what went well, what didn't. That, to me, is very much like what we do in surgery.
Okay.
You try your very best every time, but sometimes things go sideways.
Yep.
What could we have done better?
Yeah.
And I think we've been doing a lot of that, which has been really helpful.
Yeah.
And especially in the startup world where you don't have a lot of capital, you have to be really careful about those resources and how you spend them.
Yeah.
So I think doing small projects with the people you're thinking about doing a larger expanded project with is a good way to go.
Yeah.
Hiring people as contractors,
Yes.
another good way to go before bringing them on as a full-time employee.
Yeah.
And it's clear to me that you are so much more comfortable about talking about money than I am.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that you bring that skill to the table. I love having that right-hand man who can actually do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not something I really enjoy.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been part of your language. Yours has been a medical language in many ways, and mine's just been a money language. But it just depends which path you go, and that's the language of your path you chose.
Yeah, but it's a great asset.
Oh, yeah, it's a great look
for me.
Oh, yeah, and vice versa. I was just thinking about, you mentioned doing the small projects. What you have, though, is at Silicon Valley Innovations is a really good team that's been with you for many years, key people. And so you know how to trust in them, and they know how to deliver what you're looking to do as well. And I think that's a really strong ingredient.
Thanks.
For getting it.
I think our team is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
They tolerate me.
Yeah. Well, they're still with you. They could
No,
have gone.
I actually have seen them grow so much, and yes, do I push them? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I try, just to help them grow individually along their career path because it's really exciting for me to see that change.
Yeah.
For them to grow from one role that may have started as simply on the assembly line, right, and then grow into vice president of manufacturing. I mean, it's exciting for me to see something like that. Joy's another great example.
She's awesome.
She's amazing. Had her own business originally, but then went on to grow a family and did a lot of other things. And now she's chief operating officer. And she's an incredible asset we can't do without.
Yeah, I agree. When you're talking about, from the assembly line up, it's like starting off as the bank teller and ending up being CEO of the bank. You actually understand banking way more than a consultant who comes in to run the bank. you really understand the nuts and bolts of what puts a bank, or builds a bank, and creates a bank, as opposed to, you know, having all the great degrees and working for Bain & Co. Consulting and whatever, and then being shipped in to run a big bank. Well, you're coming in at the top. You don't know what it's like in the grassroots. So.
Yeah. No, that's true. You know, I never set out and never really wanted to be a CEO.
No.
Never thought about it,
No.
to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But in all these companies that I've done, I've sat in all the meetings, whether it's regulatory, manufacturing, clinical, you know, because I always brought the clinical piece.
Yeah.
But I now realize how much I learned over the course of those years, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, a consultant can only tell you their small slice of the pie. They haven't lived the whole story, right? And a lot of times we're working in the gray zone because when you're innovating, you're in that gray zone. You're doing something new by definition, right?
Yeah.
Regulatory, for example, is black and white.
Yeah.
And you have to navigate that. And same thing with intellectual property.
Yeah.
It's black and white.
Yep.
So you have to navigate that.
And also you've sold 8 successful startups you founded. So you've done the investing side or divesting side as well. So you've
I've
really
learned
done,
from that experience too.
Yeah, and that's an experience, isn't it?
Can be good, can be bad, can be really great.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
but you know, you have a huge amount of skills. And that comes from exposing yourself in life and moving away from having a narrow life, which you don't get a lot of change, to just being open to letting things come in. And while it is uncomfortable, and you know, sometimes we don't like being uncomfortable, I'm certainly one of those, I never regret it at the end of the day, having got uncomfortable. It's just, as you get older, you got to keep pushing that out to stay uncomfortable.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think just to end on that note would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
And it is about jumping into the uncomfortable and facing your fears head on with people you like, you enjoy, you trust, and who are honest.
Yeah.
And it's all about the relation at the end of the day, the relationship.
Absolutely. It's all about relationships.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on our
fun.
journey at
Loved
SVI
it.
and also on our Vital Stuff podcast. I so appreciate your time and just have really, really loved your partnership.
Yeah, same here, Gail. Been fun. Let's do it again.
This is my last one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Not my last podcast, but definitely.
Last one.
Yeah.
You promise?
No.
No. Okay.
Thanks, Andy.
Okay. See ya.
See
Bye.
Bye.